Hello and welcome to episode 12 of our Let's Play on Greenlands. Today, the place we're going to start is we need to drive over to the store because we need a cultivator. And we need that to do our first field there. Obviously the first year we got it, it was ploughed. So we only need to cultivate it this year. And I don't own one. I haven't decided yet whether I'll buy one or whether I'm going to rent one. We'll have to have a look, see what the options are. I know there's a couple of cheap ones, or cheaper ones, but it's gonna, the horsepower of the tractor's gonna be a big factor in it. Right, cultivators. So I mean all these are far too powerful anyway. That one's an absolute bargain, however, I wouldn't get it down the road without hitting something. It's just not suitable for a British map, British or Irish map. So, we get down to 2 meters, 3 meters. That one's 4 and it's only 5 grand. That's an absolute bargain as well, but a similar sort of thing to the crumbler. It's not really suitable. Right. The K4M. I think we'll go for that one. And for 5 grand, we may as well just buy it. Feels like it's been ages since I've been on this map. The way I tend to record, I record them in chunks. So I'll do a few videos at a time. So for example, in the last 2 days, I think I've done 3 Jack Pine videos. And I like to stack them up as well. So they're just, if I can get one out a day, then that's something I like to do. Maybe upload a few at a time. See if I can get this closed. Yeah. Upload a few at a time onto YouTube and then release one per day when time allows. So for example, I've now got 2 Jack Pine ones waiting. So if I can get this one done today, then that gives us one for the next 3 days. It's gone at a decent speed, that really. 9 mile an hour is not too bad, is it? I haven't actually decided what I want to put in here yet. I'm pretty much open to anything other than oats. Obviously we've done oats once. I think, I seem to remember, was I talking about putting sunflowers in both? possibly just for something different. I'd have to look back at over the last couple of videos, but I'm sure I mentioned that. It can't have been on Jack Pine because I haven't reached harvest yet on Jack Pine. The reason for that, I mean, it's a slow series anyway, but I was on, I started on the 6-day seasons rather than the 3 like I did on here for the first year. Although, as you can see, that's been changed now anyway. Right, what I'm going to do, I'll get to the end of here and we'll set a time lapse away. I don't think it'll take too long. Right, back shortly. Right, so we're just about there. It hasn't taken too long, really. So we're going to be at, what? So it's 10 to 1 now. I'm just thinking if that... I do remember that there was a contract for sowing potatoes. Although that would mean 2 time lapses, 2 lengthy time lapses in one video, so that might have to wait for the next video, although I could accept the contract now. We'll go and put this back and then we'll see what's there. It was for about 31 grand, wasn't it? Right, let's have a look. There it is, 31 grand, field 78. Just that one there. And I suppose if I use the pallets where you actually get potatoes, I think it's quite cheap. Right, I'm going to borrow. I nearly accepted it. I'll borrow the equipment for that. Should we just start it now? I've got nothing. Got nothing really to do other than get this done. Right, I'll park this up and I'll have a little think about what we're going to do. Right, so the decision's been made. I'm going to start today, not on a time lapse, and then it's going to carry on over into the next episode, where some of it I probably will time lapse, because as we know, these song contracts take quite a lot of time. So I've got ourselves set up. I bought a bulk pallet of potatoes, which was £900. So that's, I think, either 4,100 or 4,200 litres. It's took 2,740, and you probably noticed that I brought our tractor and trailer over. So if it's going down really quickly, then I'll just put a load of pallets on there and bring them over to the field. So this one. No, next one. Even though this has got the weight on the front, it feels really, really light at the front. I mean, you can see it bouncing around there. It's just not heavy enough, is it? The tractor's not heavy enough. We'll get in before this car comes and bashes into us. I mean, these are going to go down quite quickly. But that's what happens, isn't it, when you do potato contracts, or just potatoes in general, sorry. Although I seem to remember on Jack Pine, obviously the fields aren't anywhere near as big as this one, but I was pleasantly surprised, and I think we still had some left, didn't we? I mean, it's not quick this either. You're looking at, it's bouncing between 6 and 7 mile an hour, and it doesn't feel like it has enough power. The corrections are all quite slow. Just quickly, while we're here, I'll put not that one, field info on. That still says grown. Just because I know we've spoke about it before, that's one of the fields that just didn't grow in 3-day seasons. And that might be another one up there on the right hand side as well. So that's gone all the way through the winter and into spring, like that. Right, so one row that's pretty much 15%. what I'll probably do is I'll do once round the headland, or maybe until we run out, and then we'll pass it over to the next video. I think this is going to be a 31 grand well earned, isn't it? Just because how it manoeuvres, I'm just going to go straight down, then we'll do that. This bit on the left hand side separately. Well, the issue with the traffic seems to have been fixed. I can't remember in the last video if we were still having the issue. I think we were, weren't we? Where they were just stuck in the middle of the road. So that was a bit strange. But it looks like they're moving freely now. I don't think it's done too badly, you know, considering that I know there's that little bit on the left, but it's pretty much, well, 1 and a bit times round. And we're not even halfway down yet. I expected it to go down quicker than this. Because it's always a worry, isn't it, when you do beet or potato contracts, is just how much you're going to spend on the seed. But buying those pallets of potatoes, it doesn't seem like it's going to be as much. What I'm going to do is, we're up to just under 9 minutes on this section of the video now. So when we get to 10, I'm going to stop this one. And then we'll finish it up on the next video. Otherwise we're going to have just monster videos. And I know some of them lately have been sort of 30 minutes, even slightly above 30 minutes. And I think that's too high. I always aim for around about the 20-minute mark, which generally means it's going to be 25. So I don't really want to be going above that. Right, so we're getting to the 10-minute mark there. So today's video, we've got our first field cultivated, ready to plant. It's all fertilized as well, and we've started on this quite a mammoth potato contract, so we'll continue this again in the next video. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again shortly.